What's going on, YouTube family? This is your man Pristine, back with another video. Here before you is the iPhone 13 Pro. All right, now this is going to be a little out of the norm for my typical unboxing fashion. Typically my unboxings are super long. This video is not going to be super long, and I usually try to go over every detail, every little nook and cranny, and that's just not going to be the case in this particular video, mainly because I feel as though the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max, although they got some nice additions, I agree with other reviewers that said that this feels more like an S version of the 12 versus an actual brand new device. Right. It just seems like, you'd have the iPhone, whatever the number, and then maybe 6 months down the road, you'll get the S version and it will be just a little bit enhanced. This is what this feels like. You know what I mean? And I've got my iPhone 12 Pro right here, same color. And yeah, it's just not going to be the typical unboxing that you get from me. So let's do this. And yeah, and I feel some kind of way, and I've already ripped Apple a new one a couple different times already, man. So it's like, not that I'm giving them a pass here, but I'm just not gonna go hard on them like I have before. Maybe a rant video is coming, but I just don't. That's just not what I'm feeling like right now. Okay. It is September 24th, day after my birthday, launch day of the new iPhone 13s, so I went down to my local Verizon store, picked mine up when the store opened up this morning, and here we are. Okay. So I'm just going to briefly go over what's new. Okay. And, these are just notes that I took from the keynote presentation, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, whenever it was. So we got some new colors. Okay. And I guess the color that everybody seems to be, going nuts about is that light blue, or that Carolina blue, or sky blue color. It's a nice color. I like it. And that's definitely one of the ways to distinguish between whether or not you've got a regular iPhone 13 or you've got the iPhone 13 Pro. And believe it or not, you got a lot of people out here that are status symbols, that are status chasers, and they want to, if you got the new iPhones, you want other people to know that you got the new iPhone. So whatever that exclusive color is, that is that new iPhone, man, people, they want you to know, hey, I got the latest and the greatest. Like, I got the gold one. Well, here's the gold iPhone 12 Pro. How do you tell the difference between the two? You don't, because they look identical. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, I don't really care about such things. I know that I got the new one, the latest. And I'm one of those people, too, that I like to have the latest and the greatest, but I'm humble with mine. I'm not out there just like showing like, ooh, look what I got, or let me get the exclusive color because I want people to know that I got the new one. Nah, I ain't tripping off of that. You know what I'm saying? This gold one goes hard in the paint. And so I was like, yeah, man, let me get that gold. But we got some new colors. Okay. We've got a 20% smaller notch. It's a 20% smaller depth camera notch. Okay, so Apple, they've been, well, you can see the notch here. They've been rocking with that notch for a minute, and I don't know, man. Maybe this video will turn into a rant video, because who's doing notches like this anymore? Who is doing notches like this? And it doesn't matter that the notch has been slimmed down a bit by 20%. Why not get rid of the notch and give us a full iPhone display? Find a new and innovative way to put the camera for Face ID. You know what I mean? Don't just shrink the notch down and say, oh, see, we're taking gradual steps, Apple fanboys and girls, because the notch this year round is 20% smaller. Ooh, what a great upgrade, Apple. But it is what it is. So we've got a 20% smaller notch. We've got 3 new rear cameras. We've got the A15 Bionic chipset, which Apple is claiming is the most powerful chipset in any smartphone to date. They could possibly be right about that, because I know that Apple, they make some seriously powerful chips. Okay, and they are definitely hard to compete with. Now, Snapdragon 888 fans, they may have something to say about that. They may be like, wait, hold, time out, bro, pump your brakes. You know what I'm saying? But Apple is touting, and I'm just simply saying, with the experiences that I've had with Apple products, they make some very powerful chips. Okay, so I wouldn't doubt it if this was in fact the most powerful chip in a smartphone to date. In spite the fact that we've got the Snapdragon 888 out there. Okay, so we got the new A15 Bionic chipset. We got a new 5-core GPU. We've got a new it's not a new, but a super Retina display that has 1,000 nits. And so one of the main things that Apple talked about during the keynote presentation is screen brightness. So the screen is 20% brighter than last year. Now, I thought that the screen on last year's versions were super bright. And I like the fact that too, when you're out and about, when you're in bright conditions, the screen will adjust itself and get brighter. When you're in darker conditions, it'll dim itself. You know what I mean? And so I found that to be very useful. And I don't know, me personally, I didn't necessarily feel as though that the nits, needed to be increased. Now, am I happy about the fact that the screen is brighter? Sure. It just means that we can see the screen easier, but it's not like I had an issue seeing the screen last year. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if that's just one of the things where Apple just did it just to say, hey, we improved upon this, even though it wasn't really necessary. You catch my drift? But hey, it is what it is. All right, now here's a big deal. Here's a big thing. Okay? We now have on the Pro models, and this sucks because I think that this should be on all the devices across the board, from the iPhone 13 mini all the way up to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. We now have Pro Motion Display. What is Pro Motion Display? For those of you that don't know, it is the higher refresh rate, is the 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, here's the issue that I have. Why has it taken Apple 3 years, if not longer, for them to put this technology on their phones? When was Pro Motion Display introduced on the iPad Pros? 2.5, 3 years ago? So here's the issue. So you got the iPad Pro. And one of the things that Apple is touting that makes it a Pro model is because it has that Pro Motion Display. It's got that 120 hertz display. But then they released the iPhone 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max. No Pro Motion Display. Okay, but don't you think, Apple, that your Pro model phones should be consistent with your Pro model tablets? So it's like, how is it that your Pro model tablet has Pro Motion, but your Pro model phones don't? Now, I'm happy to have finally gotten that technology here in 2021, but that's a technology that we should have had back, when Pro Motion was displayed on the iPad Pro for the first time. So I feel like the following iPhone Pro models that came out after the iPad Pro that had Pro Motion, those phones too should have had Pro Motion. See, this is the issue that I have with Apple. Besides sweeping the mobile industry by storm like they did once they unveiled the original iPhone, since then there hasn't really been too many innovative things that they've done. Yeah, they've taken some risk. They've taken away the headphone jack. They're sticking to their guns on this lightning port, giving us 10 or 15 watt charging when everything is type C, even though I hear that they're under the gun right now and they may be mandated to type C all their devices. And I guess Apple is fighting that right now. But man, they've made some gutsy moves by taking some things away. But what about what they're giving us? And I'm not talking about just, the typical upgrades that you typically get when a new device comes out. What's the norm when a new device comes out? the new processor, maybe an additional gig of RAM or two, maybe some additional, storage options, a couple different colors. That's to be expected, Apple. I feel like Apple plays it too safe. They don't take too many risks. I don't like the fact that every time Apple implements something new, it's something that's already been on the Android side of things for years. It's things that Androidians have been enjoying for years. So it just blows my mind when a lot of people are going crazy over the fact that, oh my God, the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max has got ProMotion now, when it should have had ProMotion years ago. But how many years has Android devices now had higher refresh rate displays? How many? You know what I'm saying? Why is it always such a big deal when Apple does it, but it's like Android doesn't really seem to get the credit for doing it way before Apple even thought about doing, whatever it is that they've done as an addition to their new device? Like, I take issue with that, but nonetheless, we got ProMotion display. Now, the thing with the ProMotion display, it's not always 120 hertz. So it goes from a refresh rate of 10 hertz to 120 hertz based on what you're doing. And I'm not even sure if it's something that you can toggle in the settings. I mean, I'll look at that, once I crack the phone, crack the device out the box. But I mean, so it's a variable refresh rate. Okay. Now, like I said, we got new cameras. We got a new telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. We got a new ultra wide lens. And it says that Apple is claiming that there's a 92% improvement in low light. There's a new wide lens with 2.2 times better low light performance. We can do, we now can do macro photos. I mean, so you can get photos just real super up close and personal. We got macro photos now. What else? All the lenses have night mode. We got macro slow motion. We got a cinematic mode, which is pretty slick. If it works like what Apple displayed in the keynote, then yeah, that's pretty dope. I'm not exactly sure how often I would use that, but it did look pretty slick. We got ProRes video recording for up to 4K at 30 FPS in the camera app. And then we've got iOS 15, which is the new software. And here's another thing that I like about what Apple is doing too. The new iPhones came out today. The 13s came out today. It's September 24th. Okay. 2 or 3, maybe 4 days ago, I got the iOS 15 update. So I like the fact that Apple is, they've pushed out the new iOS 15 update to people that have older iPhones, just so that if you're not planning on jumping on the bandwagon and copping one of these new iPhone 13s right now, you still have the latest software. Now, it is the iOS 15, from what I understand, is, somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, it's not for every iPhone, the older iPhone devices. Like, I'm not sure if you've got like an iPhone 7 or a 7 Plus or an 8 or an 8 Plus. Hint. Miss Texas, what's up, baby? I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? If you got an iPhone 8 or 8 Plus, I'm not exactly sure that you can get the iOS 15 update and enjoy that, because I'm not sure that the phone has, whatever it needs to have to house such a big update. But I believe that if you've got the iPhone 10, then I believe that you can run the iOS 15 update. I think if you've got a later device, you're going to have to upgrade your device in its entirety to be able to enjoy iOS 15. All right. So we got iOS 15, and like I said, I downloaded that update on Tuesday, I believe, and I've been enjoying the nuances in the software since then. You know what I mean? So I like the fact that Apple was like, we're not going to make people wait for the new devices to come out to enjoy iOS 15. We're going to push that update out for people that want it, and they can download it and they can start enjoying all the nuances within the software. And then we got longer battery life. Okay. Now, the battery life on the Pro here is stellar. I mean, it is the battery life on the Pro, the iPhone 12 Pro, and even the iPhone. I had the iPhone 12, I had the iPhone 12 mini, and then I decided to go Pro, and I got myself an iPhone 12 Pro. But every single one of those devices, from the iPhone 12 mini to the iPhone 12 to the Pro model here, battery life was extraordinary. Battery life was excellent on all three of those devices. And so I can only imagine, with the battery improvements that Apple is claiming, that battery life here is not going to be an issue at all whatsoever. All right, so those are really the main things that Apple talked about in the keynote presentation as to what the enhancements were with the iPhone 13. Let's get into it. And so, you know, what Apple typically does, if you get the iPhone 13, you're going to have a white box. If you get the iPhone 13 Pro or Pro Max, you're going to get the black box. And so that's another way to kind of distinguish between who's got what. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in typical Apple fashion, you get the slim box. Obviously, we get the slimmer box because there is no charging brick in the box, which I think is nonsense. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this joint out the box. Now, I like how Apple, they make it simple. You just got these little tabs. You pull them, and then boom, you can go ahead and open up the device. Super easy. As soon as you take off that top, you are greeted with your brand new shiny iPhone 13. Okay, comes off right there. Wow, look at that. I mean, that gold and black is just simply beautiful. And that's why I had to go with it on the 12 Pro as well. It's the same thing. Let me see. Now, see, when I was in the Verizon store, they were asking me if I wanted cases, and I was like, nah, because the dimensions are the same. So I'm just going to take the case off my 12 Pro here, and I'm going to put it on the 13 Pro. But here's the thing. The guy in the store was like, the camera hump is bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that, but these new cameras that are on the Pro, it is bigger, which means that my case that I have on my iPhone 12 Pro will not fit on my iPhone 13 Pro. I'm going to have to go out and get another case. So I'll do that in a little bit. When I get done with this video, I'm going to shoot to Best Buy because I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up that iPhone. I'm going to get that iPad mini, and I'm going to have it here, you know, to unbox it for you guys as well. So, yeah, I mean, look at that. That is beautiful in all that gold and black splendor. All right. Go ahead and power on the device. I know we got some juice, Apple. Okay, yeah, so let that boot up real quick. And then we have the Type-C to Lightning, and I'm actually just going to keep that in the box because I don't need it. But just showing you guys what else comes in the box. We've got designed by Apple in California. You got your SIM pin right there, and you got a couple of Apple stickers, you know, to troll all your Android partners. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. That's it. So another issue that I've got is I just paid $1,000 for this phone. $1,000. A rack. A stack. You know what I'm saying? A G. Yesterday, I recorded my unboxing video of the ZTE Axon 30 5G. And actually, you guys can't see my computer screen, which is up. You know, I've got the camera facing down to see the device. But if I lean the camera up, you will see I got that unboxing video uploading right now. And so that's going to be up. And then I'm going to, upload this video a little later on this evening. But I was tripping because in that unboxing for the ZTE Axon 35G, there was a case in the box. There's a 65 watt fast charger brick in the box. There was a tempered glass screen protector that was in the box. There's a Type-C to 3.5 millimeter dongle that was in the box, because that device does not have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but the dongle does come in the box. Okay. So you literally got everything in that box. And that phone was $499 with no tax. I ordered that phone on ZTE's website. You go to ZTEUSA.com. You know, about 3 months ago, the ZTE Axon 30 Ultra 5G came out, and then they just released on the 9th of September the ZTE Axon 30 5G. And it just got delivered to me yesterday, and that's when I did the unboxing. Now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, why is it that a $500 device comes with everything, but the $1,000 device comes with nothing? How does that work? Things that make me go, I don't quite understand that. All right. Now, we will go over the cosmetics real quick, and then I'm going to just go ahead and close this thing on out, because after that, there's really not much else to talk about, personally. But this is what the device is going to look like fresh out of the box. You do see that the notch is a bit smaller. You can see that my iPhone 12 Pro on the left, the notch is a bit longer. You see that it's smaller on the right on the iPhone 13 Pro. The notch never has really bothered me. I'm just simply saying, it's a dated technology, man. And it's not even something that we're seeing anymore in phones. And so it's like, why is it taking Apple so long to do away with that? It would really be nice just to have that cutout not there and just have a full non-intrusive display. Like, that would be super dope. But we probably won't get that from Apple from, it's 2021. We probably won't see that on the iPhones till 2023, 2024. There's already like rumors and things floating around on the internet that Apple's not planning on releasing their first foldable device until 2024. So that means that they're going to be behind the curve when it comes to foldable devices. 5 years behind Samsung and whomever else plans on making a foldable. That to me is shameful. All right, now 6.1 inch display, corner to corner. On the right of the device, we've got our 5G antenna right there. This is our power button and our sleep button. We've got an antenna line right there. At the top, we've got an antenna line. To the left, we have an antenna line. Here is our notification slider, volume button, up, down. Here's our SIM tray right there, and it is just simply a nano SIM. We've got another antenna line right there, another antenna line on the very bottom. Here's a noise canceling microphone right there. There's our lightning port, which really should be Type-C. And here's our bottom firing speaker. On the back of the device, we have our Apple logo, and I like how this, I like the feel. It's like this is glass, okay, and it's ceramic shield. So it's the same, super hard, durable technology that Apple, touted last year with the Pro models. But we do have ceramic shield. The phone supposedly is super durable. The phone is kind of heavy too. It definitely has some weight to it. But it's not like something that feels like you're walking around with a brick in your hand. But this is premium. This is premium material. And I know that Apple, they usually always make their iPhones with top-notch premium material. So that's one thing that I got to give them. They really, craft their devices beautifully. They really do. Apple logo in the middle, as it is on the Pro, on the 12 Pro. And then again, we've got that camera hump, and let's see, so when you look at the device from the side, just want to show you guys just how those cameras, how far they protrude. It's not too dramatic. I don't think it's any more dramatic than what was on the, actually they protrude a little bit more. I mean, there's a lip on this case protecting the cameras on this case that I got on the 12 Pro. But I mean, I can tell by the angle that I'm looking at it that these cameras, they protrude a bit more. They just do. So if you sit your phone on a surface and you got it booted bucket naked, you see that? You know, you got a little wobble going on there. You know what I'm saying? A little wobble, shake it. You know what I'm talking about? But when I put a case on here, that should alleviate that. Typically, when I get cases, there's always a lip around the camera to raise it up so that when the phone is sitting on flat surfaces, it's not sitting directly on the camera lenses. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I told you it was going to be a relatively short unboxing experience with the iPhone 13 Pro, and I feel like I stayed true to my word. So if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of videos like this that I have done. Be sure to hit that notifications bell so that every time my videos get dropped and go live, you'll get notified and you can be one of the first to check out the content. Please get down in the comments, which is where I'm always chilling at, and let me know what you think about what you saw. Please hit me with any questions, comments, or feedback of any kind, and I'll love to talk tech with you. And my only requirement is that we talk tech respectfully. If I have a certain view on a phone or a particular device and it's not in line with your view on that same device, it's okay to agree to disagree. I respect your opinions. I expect for you to respect mine, and we'll keep it pushing positively. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I require. That's not a hard ask at all. All right. So thanks for tuning in and letting me bend your ear, giving you just this quick, brief unboxing experience on the iPhone 13 Pro. And please, you already know, stay safe, get spiritually fit, because we are definitely living in the last days. And if you think I'm lying, baby, just pick up your Holy Bible, flip to Revelations, which is the last chapter in the Bible, and read Revelations. Okay? And then after you read Revelations, look at everything that's going on in the world today. Okay? We are so close to the rapture. I mean, you know, it's coming. It's coming soon. And we ain't got as much time as you think we may have. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not spiritually fit, if you're not spiritually in tune, now's the time to do that, for a fact. Okay? And those of you that be talking that nonsense, oh man, what's your religion and your faith got to do with a tech video? Man, this is my platform. And at the end of every video, I choose to witness because I'm concerned about souls being saved. And it's like, okay, this is my form of witnessing. You know? And if you got a problem with that, then, you know, you may want to check your own temperature a little bit. You know? Keep it pristine in every aspect of your lives. When I catch y'all in the next one. Peace.